Alright, this is the FTM UK collab channel week 10, and the topic this week is choosing your name. Well, I'll go through how I chose my name first. Mine's a bit useless in the way I chose it, because I was about 11 years old and I looked like a boy, and everybody, whenever they saw me, always thought I was a boy. So whenever I was with my mum, it was always very embarrassing, because they would say, "Oh, your son, blah blah blah," and then my mum would be like, "No, that's my daughter," and it would all be, yes, embarrassing for everybody involved, really. So we went on this holiday camp, and I got out of my car and everything. You go to these groups, sort of with loads and loads of other kids and stuff. And I remember knowing that I looked like a boy and thinking to myself, I don't want to have to stick with all the embarrassment of having to tell people that I'm a girl. So I told my brothers to say that I was their brother and to call me Sam. And that's pretty much where the name came from. It was a 30 seconds on the spot made up thing at the age of about 11. And it stuck. So that's a bit useless, but it does suit. You know, I did think about having some other ones, but Sam seems to suit me pretty well, actually. As for the middle name, my middle name is Tyler. That was basically when I realised, you know, after starting my transition, oh crap, I have a middle name. So I wanted to have a different middle name, obviously, than the girl's one I had. So I went through baby name websites with my friend, and we had 2 hours of utter hilarity looking at all these ridiculous names until we decided on Tyler on a whim. I do regret that now, changing it to Tyler, although I was happy with it, and then about probably a month or two after deciding on the middle name as well, I got it legally changed. And I'm okay with Tyler, but if I could choose it again now, I'd probably change it. But there you go, whatever. So yeah, that's how I ended up choosing mine. I think advice to other people: don't change your name legally. Well, and you kind of do need to change your name legally, though, don't you, for all this, for the purposes of, well, having your name legally, not your birth name. But make sure you're really happy with being that person permanently, because you're going to have it for the rest of your life. So feel free to stop and change, even if it is a bit annoying for people. What else? Often people choose one that sounds like the birth name, and I mean, that's what I did. But I don't know whether that's a good thing or not. See, because it sounds like my birth name, it means I look up more to my birth name as well. But at the same time, it's an easier transition, because you're more likely to look up to the one that sounds like your birth name, if that makes any sense. If you pick one that doesn't sound like your birth name, again, you might notice less at the start of your transition when you're being called, but I don't think it's that much of a difference, really. Whatever suits you, really. If you want the same initials and one that sounds the same, go for it. I think another thing you could do, if your parents are in with it, is to ask your parents what you would have been called if you were born the opposite sex, and go with that. I mean, I kind of, looking back on it, I mean, I'm quite happy with choosing my first name myself, but I think I would have wanted my parents to choose my second name, which I didn't let them do, but whatever. Yeah, you're stuck with it for the rest of your life, so make sure you're sure about it. But then again, in the end, your name doesn't actually affect how you live your life at all. And I know this because I've read a book on it. Yeah, I'm a loser. It turns out your name does not affect how you live your life at all. Although your surname does, but not your first name, and it's your first name you're going to be changing. So yeah, it doesn't matter that much, but make sure you kind of do like it, otherwise it would really suck to be called that for the rest of your life. Subscribe to the channel, rate, comment, join the forum, all that stuff. Cool, see you guys next week.